And on the 8th day, God looked down on his planned paradise and said, I need a caretaker. So God made a farmer.
Delighted to be here, and all my friends in the Orleans Farmers Markets are here as well. Where's Dave Backer? Dave and others. But Francie has done a remarkable job with David and Stephanie. What particularly is enthused about what they're doing is not only do they have, this is the second year of the Farmers Market? First year of the Farmers Market, and something that is one of the most successful new farmers markets in the state. To my amazement, let's give her a hand. And for the farmers that are coming, it's going to be a little competition for Orleans and Harwich and Hyannis, but they're well ahead. Orleans has been going 20 years now. But what's remarkable is what they've also done to link what's going on with the 18 farmers here in Truro. And when I was commissioner, I didn't know there were any farmers in Truro. Now Francie has pointed out there are 18. And we pointed out to the USDA that they need to represent all these farmers on the USDA census. But it's remarkable, the new farmers market, the 5th year of the fair, and she sweet-talked me into doing this little zucchini 500. It's lots of fun. All the children over there making their zucchini, so come on over, we'll race them, we'll have a lot of fun. Francie, David, and thank you so much, and James, thank you for your leadership as well. Good.
Farmer Jim here, standing with Dave DeWitt. Dave is from Dave's Green, you're in Truro. Dave, give us a little history of the Truro Agricultural Fair.
Well, let's see, we started it 5 years ago now. My friends Stephanie and Francie Randolph, and it started with the Truro's Tercentennial. There was a book that they were highlighting that had a whole chapter on Truro's history and agriculture, and we thought maybe it would be fun to have a fair and trying to do it. And that first year, I believe you were there, and we thought maybe 200-300 people might show up. Right. Turns out we had about 2,500 people. Right. And ever since then, it's just gotten bigger and bigger, and I think it's a little less this year, but the weather. Well, but
if they were all good, we'd have them every week.
Yeah, that's true. Right. So it's been a real fun event. It's real popular. Mm-hmm. We have one complaint this year of parking problems, so that's not too bad for a few thousand people, right?
Right. You probably had, probably 4,000 or 5,000 people came through, and this is a free event. You charge no money for parking. You charge no money to attend. It's all done on donations. You have special events. What are the special events that you have here?
Well, we just finished up the pie eating contest. Kids and adults jam their face in some pie and do that. We have the Zucchini 500, which was new last year, which is like a little soapbox derby, but with a zucchini. We have face paintings. The Barnyard Beauty Contest is a hit, where people vote on their favorite animals. We have a pie baking contest, so people bake their best pies.
Did you vote for mine? Mine was an apple pie, no fuss apple pie. Where did mine come in?
I don't remember where it came in the list, but it didn't make it. But it was good. I do remember it. It was good, and it's always been good. We had 16 entrances this year, and one year we had 30. So I'm glad we didn't have that many. And overall, it's been a fun event. We have a food truck this year, so that's been a little bit more helpful getting food out. And it's doing pretty good. The music's been good, and
now you have a farmers market here in town, and you have a farmers market here at your fair. Give us a little history on the farmers market. What's going on at the farmers market? You're new this year. It's been a smashing success.
Yeah.
And about some of the farmers that are up in this part of the Cape.
Well, as you know, most of the farms on the Cape are pretty small. I have a little over 3 acres. I think I might be the largest at the market. Yeah, Hillside Farms has some little bit of acreage, but most of his stuff is his chickens. And we're been not quite full, but we have a few spaces for some vendors. We got some cheese makers, of course the Cape Cod salt's there, some cut flowers, Sea Turtle Farm, Michelle's
all
there.
Sustainable industries at Cape
Cod. Yeah, and it's been a really great success. I mean, I've been selling out every week by 10:30.
Right.
It goes from 8 to 12. and then the next week I harvest more, and I still sell out. And it's just been progressive. Everyone's been selling out pretty much every Monday. So, from the looks of it, it's been a real big success. The second market we counted people coming in, we had a little over 700 people come.
Right. Well, that's good.
It was a real nice turnout, and it's not in this field; it's in the field down the way a little bit, and it's been good. It's been really fun. And
you go how long? When
we're going to go through September. September 30th will be the last Monday we do.
Great. Yeah. Well, this is Dave DeWitt, and he's with Dave's Greens, and he's a farmer up here in Truro, and he's with the Buy Fresh Buy Local. And when you get out this summer or this fall, look for Dave's Greens. He's a hell of a farmer, and he's a hell of a man. Dave, thank you for letting me talk to you. Jim back again. I'm with Stephanie. Stephanie, tell us what you do up here in Truro and how you farm.
Well, there's so many things that I do, but I farm here in our sandy loam, as we like to call it.
Non-organic matter.
Non-organic matter, but I am an organic farmer.
Right.
And so I just add to my soil, and I grow a lot of root crops. I'm a potato farmer. I grow a lot of carrots and all kinds of mixed vegetables. And in addition to being a farmer, I run Sustainable Cape with Francie and David, and we run two 4-H programs for the kids. We have a children's garden, a historical garden up at the old Air Force Base. We do run the Farm to School program and get the farmers connected with the school so that our kids can eat healthy food. And we run a film and lecture series. So we're all about agriculture all the time.
Now, you've been involved with the Truro Ag Fair and the sustainability of Cape Sustainability since the beginning.
Since the beginning, we started it. And I will say, we started the fair, David, Francie, and I, so that we could be the judges for the pie eating contest.
Yes. Were you a judge today?
I was a judge today.
But you didn't pick my pie.
I don't know anything about anyone's pies. That's part of it. It's anonymous. I will say all 16 pies were delicious, and I appreciate all the pie bakers with providing me with lunch.
Now, how do we get in touch with anybody up here?
Well, we are continuing our farmers market here in Truro for the next, not this Monday because it's Labor Day and we're not laboring, but the following 4 Mondays we'll be here in downtown Truro having the farmers market from 8 until noon, and you can find us here or you can find us on the web at sustainablecape.org or on our Facebook page, Sustainable Cape.
Sustainable Cape. It's all about the Cape. It's about making a place a little bit better and leaving it better than we got it.
Exactly. Building soil, building our future.
Jim Knieriem here, standing with Francine, and Francine is the brains behind Francie, the brains behind the operation, along with 3 or 4 other people. Francie, let's give an oversight of this year and tell us what you think.
Well, we've had a great year. Basically, it was thunder and lightning this morning when we awoke at about 5:30 a.m. It had been going on since 3 a.m. We didn't know what exactly to do, and we just figured, well, we were going to go onward because the farmers had harvested and the animals were ready and people had been practicing their pie eating skills. So we just thought, you know, we're going to pray that this rain goes away. And it went away. Worked out.
Tell us what you're trying to accomplish up here. We've talked to Dave and we've talked to some other people, but from your perspective, what do you want to happen up here in this part of the Cape with the sustainability, with the Truro Ag Fair, the farmers market? What would you really like the Cape Cod people to really know? What's important to you?
Well, what we're trying to do is we're trying to create what we call a deeply rooted food system. So a deeply rooted food system is a food system that connects local food to the health of our bodies, our community, and our environment at multiple points throughout the town, and then throughout the surrounding communities, and then throughout the Cape, and then ideally throughout the U.S. So what we're trying to do is make a replicable program. We have started with our Truro Agricultural Fair, which is the celebration of local food, and each farmer is asked to educate as well. So we have educational boards that children have created in front of each of the farmers' booths, and these educational boards that the kids created have not only information about the farmer, but also a point that the farmer would like to convey to you that has something to do with sustainability. So it might be our water table, it might be pesticide and fertilizer use, it might be something about the local food. It's something that you can often go home and do in your privacy of your own home that supports our local food system by supporting our environment. So that's sort of what the Ag Fair is about. Then we started with children's gardens, and those children's gardens were super successful. And we grow food for the Truro Rec kids to use as snacks. We then had so much food that it went to the school, and that brought us into the schools, and we helped the school here in Truro to create a local lunch series. And so now we have every Thursday, and I think it's going to be twice a week this year, we're going to have 2 local lunches a week where it's all local food served, which is great for the kids' health and also great for our local farmers. In addition to the children's garden, we then went into the school. Beyond the school, we created the Local Learning Initiative. We do seminars, lectures, films. Those also teach about local food and its relation to the health of our community. And then we started our farmers market. So it's an educational farmers market. So we gather in the center of town. About 600 to 800 people come each week, and they learn about local food as well as purchase a heck of a lot of local food, and we sell out every week. So it's pretty great.
Well, that being said, I'm going to end today that started with rain and me, mud to my head to my tail, and having a good day. And I've always loved coming to this fair because this is what fairs are about. Cape Codders, buy fresh, buy local, buy nutritional, sustainability, and most of all, get fresh with a local farmer.
friend of mine. His name is Farmer Jim. We're going to call him Farmer Jim. He can introduce himself differently if he'd like, but he has been farming on the Cape for a long time. He has a lot of knowledge. He has an amazing program about farming. He is the president of the Cape and Islands Farm Bureau, and I think it would be pretty neat if he said a few words to everybody who's here and listening up.
Farmer Jim, thank you. Thank you for who's left at 3:30 in the afternoon. I want the general public to know, and this is difficult for me to say, 2 or 3 times a year, or 2 or 3 times in your lifetime, if you're fortunate, you only need an attorney. 2 or 3 times a year, 2 or 3 times in a year, you'll need a doctor. Every Sunday, you need a pastor or a lady of the cloth or a man of the cloth. But 400 or 500 times a day, when you put your fork to your mouth, you need a farmer. And farmers on Cape Cod have not been recognized in the way that they need to be recognized. Every farmer is a good farmer. I'm not saying that the large commercial farmers that are the Monsantos of the world are great farmers, but I am saying people that are farming for a living are great farmers. But because of rules and regulations in this country, in this state, in this county, in this town, most farmers can't farm the way they want to. Truro is an exception to that rule. They farm the way they want to. They're a small farm. They're diversified farms. They're farming on quarter-acre lots up to 2 or 3 acres. And Truro should be very fortunate to be able to get the nutritional food through their farmers market and through their farm stands that are available to them. So if anybody ever wants to see me, I'm on YouTube, Meet the Cape Cod Farmer. I'm the president of the Cape and Islands Farm Bureau. I serve 700 farmers here on the Cape, from the cranberry industry to the landscape industry, fighting for rules and regulations through the town and the governmental bureaucracy that we have to go through. So if anybody's interested or needs help, you can find me at Farmer Jim Cape Cod at Comcast.net. And let's give all these directors and everybody that's put this beautiful fair on for the past 5 years a nice round of applause on a rainy, it's better to be in Truro on a rainy, cruddy day than to be at the beach on a sunny day.
something that every day you need a farmer. You know, 2 or 3 times in your lifetime you need an attorney. 2 or 3 times a year you need a good doctor. Every Sunday you need a God or a minister or somebody to guide you through the week. But every day you need a farmer. Every time you put your fork in your mouth or your hands to your mouth, you need a farmer. And please recognize your farmers here on Cape Cod. You have some great farmers all through the Cape that are bringing you very nutritionally quality, inexpensive food compared to what you'd have to pay for it if it was in the grocery store that's taken 2 weeks to get here. So as I end another day on the farm, I'd like to say that Miss Scarlett's appreciates your patronage, and we had a worker this year named Chris that came from Antarctica, and the last few minutes of today, I'd like my videographer just to film Chris walking his pig to the sunset. Thank you. On the 8th day, God looked down on his planned paradise and said, I need a caretaker. So God made a farmer.